In today's digital age, technology has revolutionized every facet of content creation and cinematography. From the cameras we use to the software we employ, advancements have fundamentally reshaped how visual stories are told, how content is created, and how audiences engage with media. This week's episode of Tech Talk explores how technology has influenced this field and what the future might hold. My name is Dorcas. You're watching Tech Talk on Trust Television. The advancement in modern cinematography cuts across different segments, from cameras, software tools, streaming platforms, and so many more. Cinematography starts with the camera. Over the past decade, technological innovations have significantly enhanced camera capabilities, making high-quality filmmaking more accessible than ever. Software tools have become indispensable in content creation, providing powerful ways to edit, enhance, and distribute visual content. The way content is distributed and monetized has also been transformed by technology. Platforms such as YouTube, Netflix, and Vimeo have changed how content is consumed. They offer creators global reach and opportunities for monetization through ads, subscriptions, and sponsorships. The rise of live streaming and direct-to-audience platforms has further expanded the possibilities for content creators. Social media platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook have become essential tools for content distribution. They enable creators to build audiences and engage with viewers directly, often leading to viral success and new opportunities for brand partnerships. Looking ahead, several trends are poised to shape the future of these fields. AI will likely play an even bigger role in automation, from intelligent editing tools to real-time VFX generation. AI could also enhance personalization, allowing for content that adapts to individual viewer preferences. For creators, staying abreast of these changes is crucial to harnessing the full potential of modern tools and delivering compelling, innovative content. Welcome back from the break. In case you just joined us, the program is Tech Talk, coming to you from Trust Television. We now have in the studio with us Victor Audu, who doubles as a content creator and a cinematographer. You're welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me.
How do you do?
I'm good. Thank God.
All right. So can you tell us a little bit about content creation in Nigeria, the state of content creation in Nigeria currently?
I would say content creation in the state of Nigeria now is pretty good. There are a lot of things that are happening right now. Many creators have the ability to create content right now because it's easier to create content these days because we can do it with our mobile phones. So almost everybody now wants to be a content creator because it's like the cool thing right now. The trends are coming where people are, in terms of different content styles like fashion, lifestyle, and everything. And it's been going well right now in Nigeria. And I'm really excited to see more stuff coming up as a content creator and a videographer. Yeah. All
right. So how has technology impacted content creation and cinematography?
Technology has impacted content creation and cinematography in many ways, in different ways. In terms of gadgets, helping us to create better visuals. And we have AI, we have VR, virtual reality, and we have some other tools that helps us creators, create content easily, and most specifically on VR because the way technology is going, the users, the way engagement is going to become better because it's not only going to be viewed on our mobile screens. The way technology is going to have more possibilities of a viewer experience in terms of engagement and in terms of content. So, in terms of gadgets have become more efficient and become better in that situation, and also some tools has helped content creation and cinematography better for us.
All right, so don't you see some of these technological advancements as threats to your career? Like we have AI now, you can just write the text and it will give you the visuals. Don't you see that as a threat to your career?
I think if you're looking at it as a threat now, I think you're going to be off the market, personally, because it's AI, it's there to help you. The reason why gadgets are better now is to help you and simplify your work. So if you don't find a way to work with it, it's not going to help you. So if you look at it as a threat, I don't look at it as a threat. I look at it as something to make my job more structured and more easy to get jobs done. Imagine before you couldn't do that.
No.
You couldn't use something to do captions for you or to edit something for you. So I'm actually kind of excited, but in a way, kind of maybe pissed because before it used to be more manual. Now it's digital. But if you're the type of person that is getting annoyed with it and getting scared of it, I don't think you might last in the game. So you should use it for your own benefits and use it for more efficiency and to put out the work quicker.
Does that mean lesser pay?
Nah, it's not going to be lesser pay. You still need to know what you're doing. It's not going to be lesser pay. No way. Just because at the end of the day, you're not going to tell them that. Personally, you're not going to tell them that. So it's good to, use it for your own advantages.
Like, talking about captions, now they are auto-generated. I mean, there are people that were paid for this before. So what can you say about this?
Well, they're still going to pay people because some people are not ready. Some people are kind of lazy to do that. So auto captions helps you to do that. Also, people need to understand it's AI. It's not perfect yet. It's still being tested. It's still being updated and with time. So even though we have auto captions, you still have to check it out. It's a robot. It's not going to say everything perfect for you. And we also have different ways of pronouncing English and everything. English is different. Some people, because I can go on Siri and tell Siri something. Siri might not recognize it really well. So even though we have things that can do that for us easily, you still have to check it out because there are going to be mistakes. Definitely.
All right. Still talking post-production. How has editing softwares like Adobe Edition, influence the post-production process?
Softwares like Adobe Premiere Pro, DaVinci Resolve, Final Cut Pro has influenced it in cool ways. It makes your workflow better. Like if I'm going to compare those powerhouses to easier softwares like CapCut or VN or those mobile-free softwares, those apps can help you, create content, like do your job quick and help it efficiently. But when you have powerhouses like Premiere Pro or DaVinci Resolve, they can do it quick for you, and there's more organization, and also the workflow is better there because there's more to play with. There's more room to play with. You can edit films like Hollywood uses DaVinci Resolve. Most editors use DaVinci Resolve to color grade videos. You can't get the exact look when you're using softwares like CapCut or those mobile softwares. So those programs, those softwares like Premiere Pro and DaVinci Resolve kind of paves the way in this editing workflow because it makes the job better because you can organize your files, you can do all of that, you can color grade to give it crazy looks, and it's better, and you have more room to play with when you're using those softwares.
I wanted to talk about monetization, but first off, why content creation and cinematography?
Well, funny enough, it just started as something I wanted to just, test out. Honestly, it started as something I wanted to test out. I wouldn't say it was a passion-driven thing. I just wanted to test out something to see whether I'll be good at something. So eventually, I just started shooting content with a phone, trying to test out, trying to learn, and eventually it became fun. And now it's 3 years later, almost 4 years later, it's become a full-time job. So it's nice, but I don't think it's the work never stops.
Yeah.
It's continuous.
So
never
you keep
ending.
learning and learning.
Yeah, the work never stops. It never stops. It's not like you leave the office and you're done for that day. When you're done shooting, you still have to edit. You still have to come with ideas. It never stops. The cycle never stops. And I'm privileged to be where I am right now. But it just started off as something as a hobby.
Yeah.
Then eventually I started learning more. Then I found out how to monetize it.
Yeah. So for you, it started as a hobby. A lot of people are into content creation because platforms like YouTube, they pay.
Yeah.
So what can you say about the monetization process? Do you think people should be content creators because they get paid at the end of the day, or you think passion and hobby should be a bigger player?
Well, if you're there to be paid, you need to know what you're doing. You actually need to do your research, because if you enter the industry and say I want to make money because we're making money, you need to know certain things. So if it's a passion, it's nice because you might do it for years and not stop. But it's nicer when you can turn your passion into your money making it's good to turn your passion, like monetize a passion. But personally, people who are doing content creation because it's a new thing and you get money, you still need to know what you're doing. Because at the end of the day, if it's not working out, you stop. But yeah.
Some of these platforms don't pay, content creators in Nigeria. For example, TikTok. A lot of people will be there using data, dancing, jumping on challenges, and even Instagram. What are your thoughts on this?
Well, even though the platform isn't paying you, there are other ways to sell your services. There are other ways to sell your service as a creator. If you're looking for the platform to only pay you, just paying you like the way YouTube does, it's not going to be sustainable because as a videographer and content creator, I'm not a lifestyle creator. I'm someone who creates for businesses and for brands. So if I'm waiting for, if I don't have I don't still need to have a strong personal account to create content because I have the skill to do that. So people should not just go to comment influencer just because Instagram or TikTok will pay them eventually. It's good to have a skill set because there's other ways to monetize there, and rather waiting for the app to pay you, because even when the app starts paying, you need to reach a certain quota. Like YouTube, 1,000 subs, 4,000 watch hour. Maybe that has changed, but you still have to reach a certain. You still have to change it. So people shouldn't just be thinking waiting for that to happen. You have to find other ways to make money, monetize content creation.
Content creation has always been around.
Yeah.
How has social media now, influenced content creation and audience engagement?
To be honest, there's some negatives. I think the negatives are even worse, even more than the positives. Positives are like, you get information easily now because you can literally just follow someone. You're aspiring videographer. There are many people you can follow right now to do that. But the negatives are, as a creator now, you're creating content for a business. You have to, find a good hook because people's retention spans are so bad right now. It's terrible. Like three seconds, they're gone. They're gone. So most people don't pay attention. So for creators like us, it's harder to sell a message because you're advertising business and everything. So the negatives are people don't pay attention anymore. Everybody's always scrolling. It's so distracting, and retention is really bad. 3 seconds. All of us are, notable for doing that because most of us don't watch videos today. And the funny thing is that people don't even watch videos with sound. So yeah, it's affected more. There's more negatives to this because retention span is really low and it's getting lower by, I won't say by day, but years.
What about the algorithm? Sometimes you put in so much work, you spend so much money, and at the end of the day, zero engagement.
Well, for that, algorithm is always going to change. Algorithm is going to find ways. 2021, Reels came.
Yeah.
Because Instagram was a picture-driven platform, and people loved it. When Reels came, people were threatened. Reels helped people. Like, I'm just trying to go back to how I started. Reels was a way to grow easily because if we were still in that aspect of taking pictures, like Instagram was a photo sharing platform.
Yeah.
Growing won't be as easy as now. Now it's harder because everybody's a creator. Everybody's a creator. So the algorithm is always going to change. And as the algorithm is changing, you too have to find ways to reinvent yourself because the thing you were doing might not have been working. So if the retention span is 3 seconds, or it used to be 10 seconds before, and now it's 5 seconds, you need to do something. You need to have a better hook, better ways to tell your stories because there's other tools you can use when you're trying to display visual images to people. We have sound designs, we have that. So you as a creator, you have to reinvent yourself always. I always try to learn the algorithm and try to make the algorithm work for you because algorithm is always going to change. So as a creator, we need to learn how to work with it, not trying to condemn it.
How should content creators or independent creators like you and so many other people out there navigate these changes and trends?
I think we should be ready to work with it because the world is always changing and social media is just growing, it's changing. So we should learn how to work with the tools we have so that it will help us as creators. Like as someone who creates videos daily, I use some apps to help me get ideas, inspiration. We shouldn't just always think of doing it on our own. We have to always reinvent ourselves, always try to learn, try to take more courses and more actions so we can follow all this tech stuff because if you have AI and you learn how to use AI for yourself, man, you can get scripts easily. You can get content storyboard, all those mood boards easier than usual because before you had to like do it manually, maybe
Exactly.
do that. So it has made life easier for us. So we should take advantage of what we have right now, because if you don't, it's gonna pass you.
Yeah. All right. So, what are some of the challenges you think content creators, face when trying to adapt to these technologies? I want to talk Nigeria, most especially.
Nigeria,
Yeah.
space, memory space, man, memory space. That's the one of the biggest challenge. Memory space. Also paying for apps, pay for certain things, because if you're using you're using an iPhone, it's hard to pay for all these type of things.
Yeah.
Like because sometimes the Apple Card won't work. So space, because usually there's some occurrence where people are do a job, finish the job, you send it to the clients, they would eventually the clients will come back and ask you questions on it. So space is one of the biggest thing. I also paying for space because these videos carry a lot of files. It wasn't like that before. You can have like 10 gig or even 20 gigs worth of footage that you might not use. Then I'll say some of us are lazy. I don't want to throw shade, but some of us are lazy. Some of us aren't putting the work as much as we're supposed to do. And I feel like some of us are afraid to use these gadgets because the most native cinematographers or videographers, some of them like to do it manually. But as the devices have come, especially in Nigeria, many people I discuss, we don't talk about AI or anything, or any of these technological advancements. So, but for me personally, like a personal aspect, it's space. Also, there are creative blocks, trying to come up with ideas and all of that. That's some other issues that we have here because it's a competitive market. Everybody's trying to create something, trying to put out stories out there. So, space is my biggest problem. I don't know about others, but space.
Okay, so how can these challenges you made mention of be, addressed?
We should find ways to, make sure our dollar card works so we can pay for iCloud, and also we should get funds play a role in this because if you want to really make it life easier for yourself, you need to have funds. So you need to have. If you can't pay for iCloud, there are hard drives. Hard drives are expensive. You can get hard drives to back up your backup. Then we have Google Drive. We have other platforms that maybe we can store stuff into there, and also telling clients to keep their work too.
So do you think there are laws or regulations that are setting back the content creation space in Nigeria? Is it friendly? Is it harsh?
Content creation is straightforward. I won't say there are any laws trying to implement problems with it. As far as you have a device that's capable of shooting content, you're good. It's just that eventually you're going to, it's going to be harder on you because right now to be a creator, you need to have certain type of funds because gadgets are expensive. And Nigeria is tricky sometimes, but there are not any laws trying to stop you from creating content. You just need to have the means, a little means to do things like to be able to get some gadgets, like a phone, maybe for a start, to start things like that. But there are not any taxation or anything like that. The market is free, as I'll say.
So there's this big problem that I noticed myself. Most of the applications now look alike. We have X looking like Threads. We have YouTube now looking like Instagram. TikTok is like YouTube too. What can you say about this? Is this affecting your work? Does this mean that it's not so important to have accounts on every application? Unlike before, you see celebrities putting out, oh, this is my Facebook account, follow me here, because whatever you see on Facebook is different from what you see on Instagram. But now people will even put on their bio, I don't have Facebook, I don't have this is my only social media account. What can you say about this?
For me, right, I don't think it's an issue. It all depends on where the people are getting paid from Twitter. Now X is paying. Okay, X is paying people. TikTok is paying people. Instagram is paying people. YouTube is paying people. You just need to know why they're in their platforms. But the fact is looking the same is it shows that it's owned by one person at this point because the platform, the AI is almost, the UI is almost the same. But in terms of people having accounts, there are people who have accounts everywhere. I personally think if you're someone who wants to try and monetize everywhere, it's a good thing to maybe have streaming accounts every single place. I don't think it doesn't affect me. It doesn't affect me. I don't know about other creators, but it doesn't affect me in creating a job because it's still the same UI. It's just being updated all the time and it's looking different. So it doesn't really affect my workflow or anything like that.
What do you think should be done, about hackers? Sometimes you've spent so much time, working on your account, and you wake up, somebody is in charge of the account, somebody has taken over the account. What do you think should be done?
People should hackers don't just your account can't just get hacked like that. I don't believe in that. They're crazy hackers, but people they need an encryption. They need something to do that. So people should, especially on Instagram, request. People need to learn how to know a hacker, and people should stop clicking links because this is not hackers. There's some hackers that can hack your accounts, but they need something. They need something to bridge in, and those are links. So people, the reason why people's account get hacked is because they're tapping links. This is from experience, sure.
Okay, okay, please tell us.
When I was kind of new to content creation, there was the account I use right now is not is the second account. The first account got hacked because I clicked the link. So you should know the type of links. I don't think people should be clicking links unless you know the person. Even when you know the person too, it's good to find out because links are the easiest way to get hacked in your accounts. And if you don't know any person who has the ability to like get your account back, you're going to pay for it. So people need to be more knowledgeable in that sense because hackers need a bridge. They need something to be able to bridge in. They can't just bridge in just like that. So people need to know what they're clicking in because that's the easiest way to get into hackers. I mean, get into people's accounts.
Okay. What about verifications? So many people want to give you jobs because they want a verified account. But on the other side, if you look at it, anybody can easily get verified these days. It used to be
something cool, like something
exactly. But right now, you see someone with just 1,000 followers.
0 followers.
Yeah.
The verification stuff. If you're a business and you're betting on verification right now, I don't think that's the best thing to do because there's some people who have 1 million followers. No verification. No verification. So I don't think we should look at that. If you really want that, go ahead and find the real celebrities like all the actors and the musicians. But verification now has become cheap because anybody can get it now. It used to be a big deal. If you see someone who's verified, you know that this is a big shot.
Yeah, and you don't pay for it.
Yeah, but I still think if you want to get verified, I think it's good if Instagram verifies it yourself. There are better benefits to that because if you try to start paying for verification now, there are some things that are there that you might not like terms. So people shouldn't be looking at verified accounts. A verified account doesn't mean it's going to sell to people just because it's verified. It's the content and it's what they're trying to sell. It's the content that matters at the end of the day, and the business that matters at the end of the day. So that's it.
All right. So most of these social media platforms are owned by people that are not Africans. Do you think Africans should tap into this billion-dollar market?
We should tap into it. The more, the merrier.
Africans should own social media.
If we can, we should. We should. But the platforms are yet owned by foreigners. You can use it for your own benefits. I don't think there's no crime. The word it's free. You can. If we decide to create our own platform, that's good. But us that are using the platform is benefiting us. So why should we leave it when?
Yeah. Not leave. Yeah. Per se. Maybe in the future you'd own maybe a Victor Audu.
It sounds nice. It sounds nice. It sounds nice. Maybe in the future when I have some developers, software developers, and all these people or coders who will do that for me. It's cool. But for now, let me find other ways to get more monetized on social media and do better at that. But that's a good idea. Maybe I'll think about it.
All right. So finally, what advice do you have for upcoming content creators and, cinematographers?
Well, the space now is still free at the end of the day, but you have to learn a lot. You always have to keep on reinventing yourself. I'm still reinventing myself because there's some techniques or some things I don't know right now. So I'm still in school. I'm still a student of the game. People need to be a student of the game if you really want to succeed, and you have to be consistent. And also, it will be good if you have little means because gadgets are expensive.
Expensive.
They're very expensive.
Yeah.
An iPhone 10 is like 200K. That's an iPhone 10. Talk of the iPhone 15, which is 2 million. The cameras, you have drones. It depends on where you're going to, but they're so expensive. So for a start, it's good to have little means because it will help you. And also people need to be a student of the game. It's not going to be easy. Nothing good is easy in life. So people need to learn how to be a student of the game, constantly reinventing yourself. And also learn how to work for free at first. Because nobody's going to pay you at first.
Okay, they have to see what you do.
Yeah, you have to be open. You have to learn how to work for free because no one's just not going to pay. And also, try to be consistent on the platform. Let people know you because when you have an audience, you have power. You can charge a certain amount of money and people would pay. Try to get an audience. It helps you and it helps your personal brand. So, steady grind, always learn, and just have a little means.
Okay, just a little.
At first, because you're going to be buying gadgets eventually, so that will really help you. And be consistent. Can't stress that, consistent.
All right, Victor, thank you so much for coming to the program.
Thank you for having me.
All right. We'll go on a quick break, and when we return, the program continues. To stay with us.
Today on Tech Tips, we'll be giving you a few tips for enhancing content creation and cinematography. Step 1. Leverage 4K and higher resolutions. Invest in cameras that support 4K or higher resolutions to ensure your content is future-proof and maintains high quality. Higher resolution footage also provides more flexibility in post-production, such as cropping and stabilizing. Step 2. Use proper lenses. Different lenses offer varying depths of field and focal lengths. For cinematic looks, consider prime lenses for their sharpness and wide apertures, and zoom lenses for versatility in different shooting conditions. Step 3. Invest in stabilization equipment. To achieve smooth cinematic shots, use gimbals, Steadicams, or higher quality tripod systems. Proper stabilization can significantly enhance the professional look of your footage. Step 4. Understand lighting principles. Use 3-point lighting to create depth and dimension. For more control, consider LED lights with adjustable color temperatures to match the mood of your scene. Step 5. Prioritize quality sound. Good audio is just as important as good visuals. Use high-quality microphones and consider using windshields for outdoor recording. Monitor audio levels with headphones to ensure clear sound capture. Step 6. Utilize color grading. Invest time in color grading to enhance the visual appeal of your footage. Tools like DaVinci Resolve offer extensive color correction capabilities to achieve a desired mood or style. And finally, Step 7. Master editing software. Get comfortable with advanced features in your editing software such as multicam editing, motion tracking, and keyframing. This can help streamline your workflow and expand your creative options.
And this is where we draw the curtains. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to follow us across all our social media platforms for more programs, news, and documentaries. My name is Dorcas Yakubu. Until next time, goodbye.